Well, the first time I walked into the theater, it was under construction. We had moved out here on income tax day in 1964, and a friend of mine who had worked on some shows with me at UCLA came out to visit us in our new home, and we were driving around and we discovered the theater with no front doors and no doors at all, actually, and walked through it and really were kind of impressed with what was about to be a theater. I didn't become involved until I got a call from Jackson Granholm, was the president of the Players at the time in '68, and he knew me through mutual friends. He called me and said that Dwight Hauser was directing his musical Immortal Melody, and he could use some help as an assistant director or something. Would you go down? And I wasn't sure that I wanted to do that or not, but I went down and I watched the show, and I met with Dwight and stuck around, and I had a little musical background, so I kind of helped with that and helped stage some things and worked with the cast, and that was really my first production. Well, I've certainly met and worked with an awful lot of people over the years I've been involved. And I've attended a lot of weddings, and I've attended some funerals, and I've attended lots of parties. And one of the things that that people know that I've pushed always is the expansion and the improvement of the theater. Because to me, that's the key of keeping that theater going and making sure that it has the equipment it needs, it has the space it needs, and it services its customers. There's a lot of concern. In fact, Alex Fiore, who is really the city council member, came to me at one point. He thought that after the Civic Arts Plaza was built, he wanted to know if that had hurt the Conejo Players. And I said no, that it had. As a matter of fact, it had inspired us to make some changes, and that was when we made some of our expansions of new seats and things that led to the building of the new orchestra pit and everything. It intrigued me that once the Civic Arts Plaza was built, both high schools, Thousand Oaks and Newbury Park, had theater buildings built with fly lofts and everything. Westlake had a multipurpose room that they had used for that. That was eventually run. Moore Park College built an entire theater department, and CLU started to build a theater department. Now, suddenly the community became interested in the live performing arts. And in fact, they could see professional dancers and singers and musicians come through and not have to drive all the way downtown LA or up to Santa Barbara or somewhere to see that kind of entertainment. And for talented youngsters and young families that had an inclination, suddenly there's you can. Parent sees professional people, and they know that their son and daughter are interested in something. Say, maybe there's a value to that. Maybe we can do something. And that I think is the strength of the Conejo Players, is that it has continued to grow. I can't think of an activity or an organization that is more welcoming and with standards of high production standards. The fact that the Conejo Players started with a stage and an auditorium dedicated to their projects is really the basis of why the Conejo Players exist as it does today.